Plenty of chippiness to go around in the playoffs in this first round. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for starting your week here on Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale. That's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What an into the Warriors game. You realize Steph Curry owes you a case of Diet Dew because you owe me another case of Diet Dew because you gave me 2 points. I negotiated 2 points. I beat you in the Heat over the Bucks game, but I give you the out. You said Giannis has to play in the game, correct. So I'm going to give you a pass on that one, even though I called it correctly. But in this one, I had 2 points. Steph called a timeout and cost you because it should have been way over. Way to go, Steph.
I ain't paying. Steph paying this one.
Steph's paying this one. Steph, you owe me a case of Diet Mountain Dew, the breakfast of champions.
He definitely does.
Yeah, I want it at my doorstep tomorrow.
Let's go, guys. There's so much to unpack from this weekend. We'll see who ends up with the most due at the end of this playoff series. Okay, I want to start with the Lakers, guys, because, Shannon, I thought about you. Before the Lakers beat the Grizzlies on Saturday, LeBron approached Dillon Brooks briefly on a quick exchange. During the game, Brooks was ejected less than a minute into the third quarter when he hit LeBron in the groin. After the game, Brooks did not talk to reporters, while LeBron said he didn't need to make a statement after that type of win. All right, Shannon, so you give us some insight here. How do you think LeBron handled his issues with Dillon Brooks?
Like he's handled everything in his NBA career with class and dignity. LeBron didn't need to, like you said, he didn't need to make a statement. I know a lot of times people expect LeBron's like, man, LeBron should come out. But the one thing that we've known about him, Skip, and what we've seen over his 20-year career, he's going to play the right way. And the right way is what he deems is the right way. A lot of times, LeBron, take the shot. LeBron, do this. LeBron, do that. He says, no, I'm going to let my game dictate. I'm going to let the game dictate my game. And if it calls for me to go get 40, 50, I'll do that. But more times than not, Skip, he's a facilitator, and then he's like, okay, this is what the game needs. Let me take the game over. Well, I'm baffled. A guy that has so much to say after every win, the moment they lose, he got nothing to say.
Well, he ducks. After the game, he wouldn't even talk. He spoke yesterday.
Yeah, and everybody talk about, he was just trying to steal the ball. NBA players, I've never seen a guy try to steal the ball with the back of his hand. Normally, Skip, they try to duck around and try to poke it out with the front of their hand because they got more control doing it like this as opposed to like that. But hey, that's neither here nor there. So LeBron did what I thought LeBron would do. He checked all the boxes. Skip, he said what he said. LeBron said, hey, I do what I do publicly. It wasn't I wonder what you saw me walk up to him. I would love to be a fly on the wall that what he had to absolutely.
Yeah, what did he say?
I'm going to cook you.
It was something like, you want me? You got me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
And so, Skip, I'm not surprised the way LeBron handled it because I think was it that Friday he said, man, I'm not here for the bull jive. I'm not here for the bull jive, man. And LeBron normally has a lot to. Skip, that's one thing. He don't normally duck out on interviews. He normally will give you ask your questions. He'll answer the questions as forthcoming as he possibly can without giving away too much information. But, Skip, I thought he handled it well. But you know what I noticed, Skip? All of a sudden, somebody talking about they not a villain. They don't want the villain role. When you've embraced it, that's exactly what you are, a heel. In the terms of wrestling, and everybody knows what the bad guy is, it's called a heel. The media put that on me. The fans put that on. No, that's your crown. And and you embrace it when you win. Now all of a sudden you lose, and now everybody trying to make you to be the bad guy. No, that's the role that you've embraced. That's the only role that you can embrace. Because what do? We can't talk about your game because you don't have game that's talk about them. We can't say, oh, man, you see Brooks handle? Man, you see Brooks, bucket getter?
No.
So we got to talk about something, and that's what you've embraced. But, Skip, I thought LeBron handled it well. He handled it well. They won at the end of the day, what did he say the most important thing was? To win the game.
They did that. They actually won the game in the first quarter because they won the first quarter 35-9.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Thanks to Dillon the Villain, and that's the most fitting nickname ever in the history of nicknames because he has earned it. Yeah, he has actually fought to be that guy.
Yes.
And now he's saying, don't look at me. No,
The media. The media.
Yeah.
Why we do that? We put that on. You put that on him.
Okay. He wanted it, and he got it.
He got it.
Unfortunately, Saturday evening at tip-off, he got it right between the eyes because it was clear to me that from jump, he crumbled under the pressure he inflicted upon himself going into that game. He wanted it. He got it.
Right.
I'm assuming that's what LeBron said to him just before tip-off. And whatever LeBron did during the game wasn't nearly as effective as what he said just before tip-off to him over near the Memphis huddle.
Right.
Dillon Brooks missed 8 of his first 9 shots. He went 3 of 13 for the game, but all that mattered was he missed 8 of his first 9, and they were some clankers, man. He was laying bricks.
But he was a bricklayer.
I thought he was going to build a second Crypto.com arena before the night was over, and that's all you needed to know. And his team crumbled around him because they weren't ready to handle the onslaught from a Laker crowd that actually filled the building for the first time in forever. This is like a new era has dawned because obviously the championship they won had an asterisk on it because it was one in the bubble.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Skip. Don't do that.
I'm not going to give you that one. I'm sorry. I can't let you get away with it. But the point was, that's what happened in that game. It was a first quarter game. Now, very quietly from the second quarter forward, guess who won the game in the last 3 quarters? The Memphis Grizzlies won the game 92-76 from the first quarter on. So it was strictly about Dillon, the villain, in the first quarter, can't make a shot.
Right.
Then from that point on, it went all the way to the fourth quarter when Ja went berserk, crazy, go nuts, high flying, scored 24 in the fourth. And they actually climbed back into a reasonable, sort of credible finish to the game, which I think they're going to carry into game 4, because, and we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But here's the point. Here's my biggest takeaway about LeBron. You thought he handled it well. I didn't think he handled it poorly, but he did surprise me. And it started with the psychological gamesmanship of going to him before the game. Okay, now I'm going to give you this. It worked as far as its impact on said basketball game, game 3, which was somewhat of a turning point.
Because it's so far out of character, LeBron normally doesn't talk.
Okay, thank you. He never does that. And I'm also going to remind you, he actually started all this in game 2 when he made that fadeaway, a la the shot that passed Kareem for the all-time scoring leader. And then he goes up court and he initiated the first verbal sparring between him and Dillon Brooks. And it surprised me because it showed me that Dillon Brooks is getting a little bit under his skin. So this was in game 2 back in Memphis that we'll see, here's the shot. It's a good shot, very good shot. And he loved it and he could not contain himself. So as they jocked a little bit.
He just looking at him,
and then he goes off on him. And
he still ain't said anything yet until he starts to walk away and they call the timeout. That's when he calls him up.
I think he was already starting.
No, he didn't say anything, Skip. He not talking. Now he talking.
Okay,
now.
Okay, but Dillon Brooks, whatever he got, what rise he got out of LeBron, he is literally clapping back at him because he's jubilant. I got him. I got under his skin. And he said after the game, I thought that was going to take until game 4 or 5 to get a rise out of him like that. And that prompted Dillon Brooks to call him after the game old.
Right.
I got him. Here, I'm going to turn the screws because I got under his skin.
He was clapping because the mere fact that LeBron knows his name, that LeBron spoke to it.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I'll give you that. I give you that.
Let's go.
Okay, but LeBron did know his name. LeBron did stoop, in my view. He stooped all the way down. It's called pissing match with the skunk. Right. He got down on the level to piss match with the skunk. Okay, so then...
Well, sometimes all you got to do if you're going to get a PM match with a skunk, Skip, I'm just going to eat some asparagus.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to stink it up with him. Okay. That's what we going to do.
But it's hard to out-stink a skunk.
Hey.
You can't. I don't care how much asparagus you eat, it's not going to match the skunk. Have you ever smelled the skunk before? Lord have mercy.
They shut it down.
It gets all over you. You can't get it off.
We had a couple of dogs that lost a match with a skunk.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's almost like... You could wash the dog all you want, and you can't get it off.
It just takes time.
No, okay. All right, so it's just going to take time for LeBron to get the stench off him. Okay, so then I liked the psychological ploy, but I was shocked that LeBron would again stoop to his level to actually go acknowledge him before Saturday night's game. And then after the game, it was very weird to me because I watched the whole thing, and LeBron's message was, I don't even want to talk about him. I'm above all this.
Right.
This isn't my first rodeo. Others have tried this before and blah, blah, blah. And he went on and on. He talked for like 10 minutes about Dillon Brooks. He never said his name because he's not going to say his name. But it was clear that it did get to him some weird way. It got to him, and he wanted to make it clear that I got him back. And when I went to him before the game, as he said, you made the point. He said, it was very public. I wanted it to be very public. I didn't want to do it out of the side of my mouth. Jordan was infamous for that in his trash talk.
Yeah, but
so was Larry Bird.
But Jordan was telling guys and shoot around, he's coming, who got me tonight? Oh, you're getting 50 on you.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay. So in a game like this, you brought up Jordan. Jordan would have just attacked immediately and wanted the one-on-one matchup because he would want to physically and then psychologically destroy said trash talker.
Right.
But LeBron didn't really go at Dillon Brooks, and then he reverted to starting taking threes. I'm like, LeBron, that's not what you do. You realize LeBron in the last 2 games against Memphis is now 1 of 12 from 3. It's no good. It's no good. You got to be better than that if you're going to win this series, and I do believe they can win this series, but I also think tonight's going to be a lot harder game than you think it is because I thought Memphis left that game with some momentum that I didn't see coming. It looked, the final score looks way worse than what actually happened in the game because Memphis just rebuilt its confidence over the last 3 quarters after that horrendous start thanks to Dillon Brooks. And by the way, if I could just show everybody what a bunch of clankers he shot, could we see Dillon Brooks? He missed 8 of his first 9 shots as he crumbled under that pressure. Could we please see those in a row? This is Dillon Brooks feeling the heat, feeling the pressure. Boing. Feeling the heat. He's got a terrible shot.
Yeah.
He's just a terrible shooter. Okay. And that's long. And now you're starting to really press.
You're more amazed when it goes in as opposed to when he misses.
I agree.
What is that?
That's wide right. And I don't know what that was. That missed everything, a left-handed air ball off the glass. And how about it, Dillon? This is 8 of his first 9. That's way wide right. And you think Taylor Jenkson's over there saying, what am I supposed to do? So, again, what a horrendous first quarter. 30, like you said, when do you ever see 35 to 9?
Yeah.
They were 3 of 25 from the floor. 3 of 25. Wow. They were 1 of 13 from 3. And it all revolved around Dillon the villain.
Right.
Which brings me to his quotes of yesterday. They worked out at USC here in Southern California and had a little practice. And then, to your point, he went on and on about that if you think I did that, actually intend to hit LeBron in the midsection, that means you think I'm that type of person.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so
ask Gary Payton II what he thinks.
Okay, there's a good one. Or this was his 3rd ejection this year, and on February 2nd, he was ejected for popping Donovan Mitchell right in the privates.
Yeah.
Okay, so does he not have history?
Yeah, that's it.
Is the reputation earned and deserved?
Yeah.
I would say. So here we go again, and he says, as he wouldn't back off yesterday, and he said, am I saying anything that's not facts about LeBron? So he's saying, when I say he's old, well, he is old. Okay, well,
in basketball terms,
I get it. So by the letter of the word of the law, he is 38 years of age, which is old for basketball. Is he playing old? Well, obviously, he's not playing old.
And so if somebody were to say Dillon Brooks is terrible, by the letter of the law, he's terrible. He's an awful basketball player. If we're doing letter of the law. Now, compared to everybody, to the general public, like if we compare LeBron James to the general public, age 38 isn't old.
Okay.
In basketball, it is. If we compare Dillon Brooks as a basketball player to the general public, Dillon Brooks is a great basketball player. But by the letter of the law, which he's using, he's awful at basketball.
Okay. So his final comment yesterday was, I've been talking all year. We just didn't hit shots at the beginning of the game. No, you didn't hit shots. It really wasn't a we. It was a he.
Right.
And he was the one who brought the attention on himself. I'm actually slightly ashamed that we have spent our A block on this show talking about Dillon the villain.
But that's what he wants.
Because he has put himself in the national spotlight. Once again, we are leading the show with Dillon the villain. because he has dared to attack LeBron. But I'm reinforcing this because LeBron also responded. He responded twice. He talked to him in game 2 as they went up court, and then he called him an effing bum as he walked away. I'm cool with that. I'm totally good.
Yeah.
Draymond called him a flat-out clown. I'm good with that.
Yes.
Russell Westbrook called him something even trash. He called him trash.
Right.
Trash? Okay. I'll roll with that. But in the end, all that is contributing to, maybe it's his 15 minutes of fame, but he's getting his moment in the spotlight. And the spotlight is hot, man.
But if you notice, Skip, he gets most of his attention by other players calling him out, saying that he's a clown, saying that he's trash, saying that he's a bum. And notice, ain't nobody mentioned anything about his game. No. When you talk about other players, they talk about Ja. They say, well, I mean, first of all, LeBron says he can attack the rim, and now he's like, our goal was to make him shoot outside. Well, he goes 6 for 10 from the 3. So now you're at his mercy. Now he's saw the basket open up. Okay. You got no chance at it. Yeah. Don't nobody ever say that about Dillon Brooks. Ain't nobody said,
no, and it was clear to me from jump the other night, their plan was no plan. They didn't want to guard him. It was almost like what Golden State has done to Russell Westbrook.
Right.
They just say, bye.
Yeah, you do your thing.
Right?
Yeah.
And give him the Caitlin Clark treatment.
And Skip, he hit that one the other night against Memphis against LeBron, and he.
Yeah.
LeBron.
Right. Well, he made in game 2. He did make the quote unquote dagger. I think he made it 11.
Right. It's kind of like Skip when I give my dog. I don't give him treats off, but all of a sudden I get a big dog a treat, and he go prance, and I was like, yeah, I got something good. Now you don't normally do this. Well, that's how he was with the 3. He doesn't normally hit them, so he's excited as everybody in Memphis is because they don't normally see him hit them. So that's why he's preening like a peacock, got all his feathers out and everything.
And I must say, for a while, I thought he was a pretty good defender, but the more closely I now fixate on him and focus, I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Like the smoke isn't real smoke.
Right.
It's like the old Russ line.
Yeah. He fooling you. He
about he tricking y'all. Well, he's tricking y'all because he can't guard LeBron, which is why I wanted to see LeBron post him up. But to your point, LeBron is not going to do that because he's never done that before. Right. That's a Jordan tactic. Yeah. I'm down on the block. Just give me the ball.
Or Kobe.
Yeah.
Guys that are attackers, that are natural scorers.
Yes.
LeBron by nature isn't he doesn't go out saying, you know what, I'm dropping 30 today. That's not, it happens, but that's not. Jordan went to the game, says, whoever's guarding me, I'm giving him 30. I'm giving him 40. That was his Kobe. I'm doing this, X, Y, and Z. That's not how LeBron approaches the game. Now, can he get 30? Obviously, he can get 30 or 40 or 50, however many times.
He obviously could.
But he's not going to get out of the team game because the most important thing, the way he plays, Skip, is all about the team. And he's not going to take himself or the team out of the ultimate goal by trying to go one-on-one. Because like he said, Skip, if LeBron, let's just say he retaliates against Dillon Brooks, he shoved Dillon Brooks or he punches Dillon Brooks, he get thrown, they get double ejected. Well, Dillon Brooks won. The Memphis Grizzlies won that battle.
No, you got it. I will give you that. Okay, so LeBron, after a couple of shots, I think his third shot, he pulls up and shoots a logo 3, and I'm like, because I really wanted to see him destroy Dillon Brooks, but he's not going to do it.
Right.
And the logo 3, it's almost like you were talking about Dillon Brooks. If LeBron makes a logo 3, I'm a little shocked because it's not really his shot.
He's making at least 4 of them tonight. Making at least 4 threes tonight.
4
I'll put a case on it right now. I want a case of do right now. Bron gonna make at least 4 threes.
He owes his team. He is 1 for 12 in the last.
Well, he about to be 4
2 games. 2 games.
I'm saying he
went 1 for 8, then he went 0 for 4.
Do you want the case to do for
4 threes?
4 threes.
You know what? I don't think I want this bet because he should make 4 threes. He should.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a hard time tonight. I think he better make 4 threes or they're going to be in trouble because Ja found his stroke and he is not a 3. As you know, Ja shot 30% from 3.
So you actually, you think he's going to follow that up again with a hot hand shooting threes?
I think he found a super highway to the basket. I think he realized there's nobody on the Lakers who can get in his way or bother him at the rim. Maybe AD is going to have to lock in and stand tall on defense because they need some rim protection tonight or they're going to get in big trouble quickly because the first quarter will be close. It's not going to be 35-9. This is going to be a close game that's going to go down to the end. I believe that.
Yeah. That's all right. We're going to win it in the end.
Yeah, what are you, 4.5? Yep, you're a 4.5 point favorite.
In the end, the beginning doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, 3-1 going back to Memphis.
Would you give me the 4.5?
No. No points.
I think if I'm you, I don't give me the 4.5 because I think it's going to go to the wire.
It's not going anywhere. They're going home with this L, though.
Okay.
As long as they go home with this L.
Last point. Should Dillon Brooks have been suspended for tonight? No. I didn't think, okay, I'm old school on this. I don't want to see men get hit in the groin. I don't want to see it. It happens. It's happened many times in games. I didn't think, we talked about it Friday, I didn't think James Harden deserved to be ejected. They were afraid the game was about to get completely out of hand.
I was trying to hit the ball. You hit both of them. You was right.
Okay. I got it. Was Dillon Brooks really trying to hit LeBron? I have no idea.
Skip, that man wasn't even close to the basketball, Skip.
Okay. But LeBron reversed course at the last second. He sort of zagged over.
So how many times you see somebody try to steal the ball with the back of their hand?
He just swiped it.
Yeah, I'm saying, how many times you see somebody try to do that as opposed to this or as opposed to that?
Was it a lethal shot? It didn't look like it to me.
Man, you know it don't take much.
Stayed down for like 5 minutes. I thought somebody shot him.
Yeah. Man, look, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much, but...
Especially, Skip, because you're not expecting it. Any blow Skip, somebody can a lot of times if you're not paying attention, somebody come by and they do that, you flinch. That's just what you do. So just imagine somebody hit you in that area, or somebody punch you in the stomach. Of course it's going to fold you up like a lawn chair.
He wasn't folded. He was prone, and he's holding on to the area like oh, my God. Oh, my family jewels.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't know. I thought he laid it on thick, but it worked because he got Dillon Brooks out of there.
Right.
And I thought at the moment, are they going to suspend him? Because that seems like the way they've been going. Nope, they're not. So Memphis is back to full strength, and you guys better be full psychological strength because you're going to get their best shot tonight. Okay, you tell me which AD going to show up. Well, and I tell you what's going to happen. Is this the AD that showed up Saturday night? Is he going to show up tonight? Okay, and I could also ask you which LeBron is going to show up. Oh, no, I ain't worried about GOAT. I ain't worried about GOAT. Really? GOAT going to do GOATish things. Really? What do GOATs do in the field? They eat grass, stand on burned out cars. What he gonna do? So he gonna give you what LeBron gives you come playoff time. Well, in the locker room, he goes. I thought that was sheep. No. He don't do that. He might be a sheep, but he's not the GOAT. As a matter of fact, now the Lakers play that on the loop. You go into the locker room, that's playing on the intercom. I didn't know that was goat sound. I thought there was sheep sound. That's a goat. You know, LeBron's a good sheep. He follows Jordan. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. Yeah. He might have to eat a tin can tonight. Yeah. He's done. Yeah. 30 piece. Okay. You want 4 threes or not? I'm thinking about it. Okay. We got a lot of show left. Don't get scared now. I'm not scared. I'm just saying he better. I picked Lakers to win this series. Oh, you're winning. That's not even. Well, I don't want them going back 2-2 to Memphis. They're not winning no game. Hopefully, you guys will put some dew on this. Yeah, I'm hoping you, G. Hopefully, we do. And I need Lake Superior for all my dew. You shouldn't even take that 1 point after Steph Curry did what he did. I am. Well, I will give you each a case of dew because your analogies have been epic already this morning. I can't wait for the rest of the show. I'm almost scared what you're going to say. But anyway, back to that Lakers-Grizzlies game. Tip-off 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, and then games 5 and 6, if needed, scheduled for Wednesday and Friday. All right, guys, so much in this playoff to unpack. How did Steph and the Warriors hold on to win yesterday? I need your take on this. Plus, Russell Westbrook, get ready, guys. Is he getting too much criticism? Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM.
Hey, college football fans, Joel Klatt here. And over on my podcast, The Joel Klatt Show, we discuss the best teams, players, and storylines in college football. This month, leading up to the NFL draft, I'm giving you my mock drafts, top 50 prospects, and interviews with draft experts. So follow The Joel Klatt Show on the Fox Sports app, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and get in on the fun.
finally, the offensive explosion we were waiting for from both of these teams. Warriors escaping with a 126-125 victory over the Kings yesterday. That evens this series up at 2 games apiece. Steph Curry finishes with 32 points, but he did call a timeout when the Warriors had none remaining with 42 seconds. Ouch. Kings, they would make the free throw and a three-pointer to pull within 1. Then, though, guys, they could not score again in the final 28 seconds. Shannon, to you, what's the biggest reason Golden State pulled out this win last night?
De'Aaron Fox passed the ball to Harrison Barnes, who couldn't make a shot. He couldn't hit the ball side of a barn yesterday, Skip. I think what happened, they did a great job of blitzing him, making him give the ball up. And when he lost the ball, Skip, because he's a left-handed guy, if he was right-handed, he could have saw Malik Monk had a better shot than him being left-handed with his back. And then when he reels around, he sees Harrison Barnes wide open. Yeah. Harrison Barnes had just missed a shot. First of all, why the hell he taking a shot with 17 seconds on the shot clock is unbeknownst to me. Let's start with that premise.
Yep.
And then, Skip, he's been cold all day. He hadn't been close to making a shot.
Yep.
3 of 11, 1 for 6, 9 points.
So he was 1 of 5 from 3 when he took that shot.
From that at that point.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Steph did. Skip, when he did it, when they brought the double team, the trap Steph in the back court, and he called timeout, and I see Steve Kerr going to it, and I'm like, what? The man just called timeout. And then I'm trying to read his lip, and we know what happened. I was like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, did Steph just call a first, the first thing, I'm thinking Michigan, North Carolina.
Weber.
Yeah. He just pulled a C-Web. I'm like, damn, Steph?
Yep.
At that point in time, I'm not thinking that I got a chance to, go ahead, foul Steph. Steph make these 2 free throws, go put us up by like 6 or 7. I'm home free.
Game over.
I'm home free.
Yep.
Lo and behold, they get a tight. They don't have the timeout, shoot the tech, and make a 3. So now it's a 1-point game. I was like,
De'Aaron Fox makes one that's just about from the logo.
Yes, I say now, if Steph makes this, if Steph makes this, come down here and makes this runner,
then you're good.
I'm good.
You're real good.
Yeah.
And he missed.
He missed.
Yes.
What's most surprising to me, I'm not surprised with Golden State doing what they did at home. I'm not surprised with what they're doing on the road because they only won 11 games. So why should we be surprised? I'm surprised by how the Kings are operating in clutch situations, considering they haven't been here. I know what De'Aaron Fox did in the regular season, Skip. He was second and fourth quarter scoring. He's the best player in clutch situations this year of anybody in the NBA. I know what the Kings represent offensively. I know how well they operate in the clutch offensively this year. But, Skip, they haven't been in the playoff basketball, playoff football, playoff anything is different than the regular season.
Agreed.
And they're not seasoned. No. They haven't been in these moments.
Are not seasoned.
But I can't tell.
I don't know.
The mistake that Golden State is letting them clawing back in this ball game, and now we go possession for possession. Because De'Aaron Fox, Skip, he can get the ball in his hand, and he's so quick, he can get any shot he wants, and if you come to get him, he's quick enough to get by you and dish and find somebody that's wide open.
Okay.
So that's what's most surprising with how well they're playing. De'Aaron Fox, he hadn't been in this moment. The world is getting an opportunity to see because a lot of people don't watch Sacramento. They come on late and it's Sacramento.
Agreed.
But you're getting an opportunity to see a guy become a star, become a superstar right before your very eyes. He's blossoming into that type of player.
Okay.
So I'm surprised with how well he and the Kings are playing in clutch situations, considering they had never been in these moments. I'm not surprised. Look, we know what the pedigree is for the Warriors, Skip. They've been there. They've done that. I'm not surprised that they're not winning on the road because they didn't win out of 41. They only won 11. So what am I supposed to take from that, Skip? So the series of playing out, I thought it was going to go at least 6. I thought Golden State, given who they are, could steal one of those first 2 games on the road. I'm not so sure now, Skip, and it looks like it's going to probably be a 7-game series.
Okay. That would mean that your Golden State Warriors are going to have to win a Game 7 at Sacramento.
Yes.
You love that?
No.
I don't love it.
I do not love it.
I'm sticking with the Kings, but I'll be the first to tell you I was extremely disappointed in the Kings because they tried every way, shape, and form to blow this game in the fourth quarter yesterday that Golden State kept handing back to them. Here, you want it? No, we don't want it. Here, how about this? No, we're going to throw it out of bounds. You want it again? No, we're going to give it right back to you so you can steal it right from us, and you can go back to Sacramento 2-all. before I get to the last play, because I got a whole lot to say about the last play, I want to show you the 5 Sacramento turnovers just in the fourth quarter alone, because they're horrendous. Shannon, seriously, if I could take away 2 or 3 of these turnovers, I think the Kings win fairly easily.
Yes.
But every time, this is just one quarter. This is the fourth quarter. This is the quarter that De'Aaron Fox has owned all year. I'm saying, what are you thinking? Who are you? Because they're not sure. To your point, you're not seasoned. You haven't been here before. And Golden State is fighting for its defending championship life.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Because if you blow this, and as it turned out, if Harrison Barnes' shot, which was online, if it's about 6 inches shorter where it hits on the back iron and goes down, you're going home 3-1 down.
Yeah. And you can't feel, and ain't no way they feel. I understand that at Golden State, but Sacramento feeling real good going home with a 3-2 lead.
Okay.
A 3-1 lead, excuse me.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to start with these turnovers, and I'm going to show you in a row. This is 8:07 left. This is Malik Monk. He just loses the ball. They're down only 3 at this point. Malik Monk loses the ball. This is of the 5 turnovers. Here's Monk, and he's going, and he just loses the ball. You can't do it. Can't do it. Next one's 5:44, and De'Aaron, I'm sorry, was that? Yeah, it's Monk again. Lost the ball. They're only down 1. And then here we go again. And this is Sabonis, and he just loses the handle and loses the ball. They're only down 1 at this point. Then here we go. This is the most horrendous of all. What was that? That's down 2 with 3:35 left, and here's Davion Mitchell. He's got a shot, and he's got the basketball, and then he steps on the out-of-bounds line. I just showed you 5 straight turnovers.
And they only had 5 going into the fourth quarter.
Okay. Shannon, that's crumbling under the heat that's being exerted by the home team and the home crowd, because that crowd, when it gets cooking, it'll cook you on the court.
Yep.
And then Sabonis. I got so upset. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Kings because I picked the Kings.
Right.
But Sabonis was made of straw yesterday. He was like the straw man from the Wizard of Oz, because I realized, because I kept thinking this year, why did Indiana give him up? You know, why? You point out, he's 7'1". He doesn't play 7'1", but he's got skills. He's a very good passer. And I thought, why would Indiana say no to that? Because you can't find, they don't grow on trees that tall, right?
Right.
And yet yesterday, play after play, he just looked so soft to me, because they were just daring him from the free throw line. You can have a free throw. He finally made one. It's just a free throw. Right. You can just sit on the floor. You don't have to jump and shoot. And then Looney would just dare him to drive the ball down low on him and score on him. Well, he's probably 3-4 inches taller than Looney, but Looney is much stronger, much more fiercer, much mentally tougher. So there's a play with 1:37 left. Sabonis has the ball underneath, and this is where you just, as Guy V. Lewis once said for the Phi Slamma Jamma Coops, just dunk the damn thing. That's what you do. You just dunk the damn thing. And here he is, and Sabonis has got a shot, and he is like, how soft is that? And it gets blocked. Don't you just go back up and jam it through the cup? This is a huge play in the game at this point, because you're down 3 and that could have cut it to 2.
Right.
All right. Now we get to Steph at the end of the game. Okay. First, I'm going to show you with 57.2. He's had trouble closing big games late in fourth quarters, because remember game 2 at Sacramento, he missed all 5 of his threes and 2 of them were air balls. And he's been notorious in his career for coming up small in big fourth quarters, and this was a huge one. But he played great up to this point. But with 57.2 left, he's got a 3-point shot that puts them up 8. Well, help me out. Isn't that game over?
I thought it was over at that point.
Okay, all right. So he takes a 3, if we could see it, 57.2. And I'm saying, if this goes in, it's good night. Good play by Draymond. He sets him up, and he fakes, I think it's Harrison Barnes, out of his shoes, and he missed it. And all of a sudden, here it is again. Yep, you can see they had a little play, sweet dish, and then let Harrison Barnes fly by, and he just was long with it. Okay, then comes the fateful timeout call, and he's trapped just past half court, and he decides, I'm going to make a really smart basketball play. I'm going to call timeout. But obviously, they had a challenge that they blew, and I don't know why he challenged, because Looney it was a moving screen, and he just rocked whoever, Monk. I think he rocked Monk and just knocked him to the floor, and you challenged. I don't know why, but sometimes the coach gets swept out because the players are all challenge. And you know how you are as a player on the field. You're caught up in the emotion of it. No, that was wrong. I think it was pretty right. And
Right.
so he loses the challenge, and you lost your last time out. And Steve Kerr took the fall for it. I should have impressed upon him as they're leaving the huddle. We don't have a last time out. But obviously, Steph's been doing this for a long time, and he has to calculate, we don't have a last time out.
Skip, you'd be
It's
surprised.
too hard. It's just too hard. I'm not going to condemn Steph.
The coach is
for
always reminding them, blah, blah, this, and you got this, we got this much time, we got no timeouts.
Okay. Then we get down to the 14-second mark, and Steph has a little sort of a runner floater from about 16 feet, if we could see this. And if he makes this, at least you're assured of overtime, because this is going to put it up to 3. And it's for him, that's the free throw.
That's his shot, too.
He's a 90% free throw shooter, and I know you're moving forward and you're not really in your free throw motion, but I was shocked he didn't make that shot, which brings us to the final play. All right, this is just me, and this is such an easy second guess, but you know how I always feel about LeBron. Remember, this is a 1-point game at this point. So free throws matter. And if you can get to the free throw line, even though De'Aaron had missed a free throw with 6 minutes left, he missed one of 2 free throws. Well, that's a big point, but he missed it. The point is, do you space it out more for him? Do you give him more room to operate? You can go 1-4. You could put the other 4. You could put the 2 big guys down on the blocks, opposite sides under the rim. You could put Monk over here, and I can't remember, is it Davion in there or whoever's in the ball game? But you put them way deep in the corners, both corners. Now you've spread the floor. And again, is Draymond going to leave Harrison Barnes way down low on the blocks?
I wouldn't leave down on the block, but I definitely left him like he did.
I'm going to get to him in just a second. But the point is, if you go 1-4 and you make Steph guard De'Aaron Fox with no help, they might come, that somebody might come to get, maybe Clay comes to get him or somebody else comes to get him, but if you space it better.
But if they got to come from far distance.
But if Harrison Barnes is going to come pick for you, now you got all kinds of issues because you bring traffic to a small area.
Well, why not run the pick with Malik Monk? Okay. He's a better shooter.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick stat about Harrison Barnes because I do respect him. Do you realize, since they've been keeping the stat, let me pull it over here, since they've been keeping the stat of late and close, clutch shooting, this is in the last 5 seconds of games that are on the line.
Right.
They started the stat in 96, 97, so that's as far back as the stat goes. Would you believe that Harrison Barnes in last shot situations is 7 of 16 for his career? That's 40%. That is the single best stat in that category of any player in the league over time. Now, to your point, he was not hot-handed yesterday. But I think they know that he's got clutch guts to him, and he's had
He's not afraid of the moment.
He is not afraid. So I have always respected his clutchness. So I didn't hate it, but obviously De'Aaron Fox ranked statistically the best clutch player in the fourth quarter.
Close.
Okay, and it wasn't even close. So help me out. I don't care what you do. You just don't want the ball to leave his hands.
I think once he lost control of the ball, so now I think he's in panic mode now.
All right, okay, but I got it. Once you get to that moment, you're in trouble.
Yeah, see, and Steph did a great job.
Okay, he did a great job, and so did Draymond. Okay, but Draymond was guarding Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
Okay, if you keep Harrison Barnes out of harm's way, then Draymond can't come that far up, I don't think.
And Skip, but why would you, if Draymond is guarding Harrison Barnes, why would you want to pick and deal with Draymond? Draymond had been guarding De'Aaron Fox.
And done a good job. De'Aaron was 2 of 7 on him. It wasn't like shut him completely out.
Call for the pick with Monk's guy.
Okay. What if you don't call for a pick, period? Okay. What if you make Steph, who's about, are we going to give Steph 6'3"-ish?
6'3". Okay. Give him 6'3".
Are we going to give De'Aaron 6'3"? That's what he's listed at. Yeah. Okay, so let's say they're the same height. Okay. Best player versus best player.
Yeah.
If I can isolate that at the top.
De'Aaron Fox on offense versus Steph Curry on defense.
But I'm saying Steph is a good defender.
Yeah,
and he's a ball stealer because he has led this league in steals before.
But I don't believe he's going to, in that situation, if you space the floor, like you said, properly, I don't believe he can stay in front of De'Aaron Fox. Okay.
Could De'Aaron get a 15-foot sort of fadeaway jump shot that he's money with?
Skip, how many times have we seen, he's won 3 games on last second shot. Yes. How many times have we seen him get to his spot 10 feet, 12 feet, and pull up? He can get to wherever he wants to on Steph. Okay. You just have to have it spaced properly so somebody can't come to help Steph.
Okay. So my pet peeve on LeBron, my constant theme on this show, dating all the way back to the old show, was LeBron, it's a one-point game. You're the greatest driver of the basketball I have ever seen, and he still is to this day. Nobody can play bully ball better than LeBron can today at his age and stage in his career. LeBron is different because LeBron is 6'9", 260, and to me in that situation, if he just puts his head down and plows straight ahead, they cannot keep him from the rim because he's ambidextrous. He's better left-handed than he is right-handed. So the power of it is unguardable and unstoppable, and the only way to stop it is to send him to the free throw line.
Right.
Well, can you just make one to tie, or could you maybe make two to win the game?
Right.
I like LeBron doing that better than him pulling up from three and taking some logo three because he doesn't want to go shoot the free throws.
What about the playoff situation? They don't call ticky-tack stuff normally.
You could be right, and this was at Golden State. Okay, so now I'm different with De'Aaron Fox versus Steph because you know what? At home, in that building, Steph is not going to get a ticky-tack foul call.
No.
You're probably, it's probably going to be let them play, right? It's probably going to be you're on your own, De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
So he's not big enough or strong enough to go attack the bigs and get a foul call. Exactly. So to me, that would be disaster. If he drove it all the way in and got all the way to the rim. Was Looney still in the game? I think he was. I'm not even sure he was. But whoever was in there, some Draymond or somebody's going to challenge him at the rim, and I don't like his chances there. Right. But I do like his chances versus Steph from 15, 18 feet.
I don't think he's going to go all the way to the rim,
no.
especially if those bigs are in there. He's probably going to get to a point and pull up, probably shoot a little one-hand floater.
Okay, so that's the money shot. Mm-hmm. He has carried them all year. Statistically, the best clutch player in the league in the fourth quarter. You have to figure out how to get him isolated enough he can get that shot. The pick by Harrison Barnes is disaster waiting to happen because you've brought Draymond into it. Draymond's been Defensive Player of the Year before.
If I'm playing Milwaukee, I'm not going to call for a pick on somebody that Holiday is guarding. Why would I do that? Or Giannis, why would I call for a guy that I know can defend? You know Draymond can defend.
Yep.
You mentioned he's been Defensive Player of the Year. He's been all defensive team.
Right, so, and he was on a mission yesterday to make up for what he had done in the previous game.
I'm not calling for a pick. Like I said, I believe I'd have went with Monk.
Okay.
And see, Looney is in the game. Looney is in the game. Because Sabonis is in the game. And so you got to have somebody that can get the rebound if he missed, that can keep Loon off the glass.
Okay, and I don't want to kick it inside to Sabonis because I don't trust him.
No.
Okay, all right.
You definitely ain't trust him at the free throw line.
No, you do not trust him at the free throw line.
Wiggins is guarding. Okay. That's probably why he didn't call for the pick on Monk, because Wiggins was guarding Monk. All
right, okay, I got it. All things considered, I didn't hate the shot that they got. And,
no, I didn't.
By the way, he shot it. He shot it pretty well.
Yes.
I can't ask for more. He didn't miss it 3 feet to the right. He didn't. What I always hate is if you just nick the front of the rim and you're just choking because you're coming up short.
Let me ask you a question. When he shot that ball, did you think it was going in?
Yes, I did.
I did not.
You did not?
I did not.
Boy, it was right. It was as true as it could be.
Did you see how he missed the other one?
Okay, well, you could argue that, but I thought it was right on line. I thought it was going to be bottom.
No.
Well, they are very lucky because it was on line. He didn't miss it badly. So in the end, I still think Sacramento played so poorly in the fourth quarter, they had no business even being in the game, but they got to go back home thinking, we just had a shot to go up 3-1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, but they just need to get, you look at Malik Monk's numbers. At home, 25 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. On the road, 10 points, 4.5 assists, 4 rebounds.
Yeah.
He's got to find
the last game, he was 1 of 9. At least yesterday he made some shots.
But he's going back home, and you know he like home cooking.
Hey, and that rookie of theirs who set the rookie record, he finally showed up. He finally found his stroke.
Yep. So let's see if he can keep it going at home.
Well, I'm going to say a big yes to that.
This is my favorite series of the first round, guys.
Yes.
Kings got to find a way to unlock Sabonis, though. That is top of the priority list for them going forward. All right, gentlemen, let's talk a little Russell Westbrook, one of your favorite subjects. He had 37 points in the Clippers' 112-100 loss to the Suns in Game 4. Let's not forget, no Kawhi Leonard, no Paul George. Westbrook finishes 17 of 29 from the floor. Kevin Durant and Chris Paul discussed Westbrook after the game and how he hasn't been appreciated enough. Take a listen.
People will always criticize when you're successful and, doing your thing for this long, So probably gonna always find something that they don't like about you. But Russ has been resilient his whole life. He come to work, don't say much, just come hoop. So, when he's retired, people are gonna really tell the truth about how they feel about his game. Right now, it's a fun thing to do is to make a choke out of Russ. But he the way he's been playing is since he got with the Clippers, showed everybody who he really is.
I feel like the only people that do that too is the people who don't know basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't know what it's like to compete. I know for me, Russ is one of my closest friends. You know what I'm saying? And so people that do that and talk crazy probably wish they could be in that situation.
High praise from KD and CP3. Shannon, what do you make of what they said, how they were defending Russ?
I don't have a problem. I think it's great that Kevin Durant, who played with Russ for almost a decade, Chris Paul said Russ is one of his closest friends, standing up for him. But two things can be true.
Yep.
Russ, the last 3 games, is playing unbelievable. That is true. For the Lakers, his tenure, he didn't play very well. That is also true.
Very
true. 2 things can be true. Here's Russ' numbers in his career with the Lakers. He averaged 15 points a game. He shot 42% from the floor, 29% from the 3, 66% from the free throw line, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 3.5 turnovers a game in 28 minutes. Those are his numbers. With the Clippers.
That was a year and
52 games.
2/3 maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he played 78 games, Skip. So you're looking at 130 games.
Okay.
Because I think he played 52 games this year, Skip. Clippers in the regular season, 15 points a game, 49%, 36% from 3, 66% free throw. That's 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3.5 turnovers in 30 minutes. Now we're looking at the last 3 games with the Clippers. 31 points a game, 54% field goal percentage, 50 points from 3, 93% from the free throw line, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 turnovers a game in 39 minutes.
Yep.
Then you go and you count it and say, well, Shannon, look at what? No Paul George, no Kawhi. Clear. Okay. What about when there was no AD, no LeBron? Tell me the 3 games that Russell Westbrook put together when LeBron and AD was out that looked like the last 3 games that he played for the Clippers.
How many mornings did you come in here in anguish because you said we signed him to get us through games like last night at Oklahoma City? Remember the game at Oklahoma City they lost?
We saw him skip with Kawhi. Played great. There are games that he played with LeBron. He didn't play like he played with Kawhi. There are games he played with AD. He didn't play like this. So we've removed Kawhi. We've moved Paul George. And Russ has been sensational. But tell me the games in which there was no LeBron and no AD that Russ played like he's playing right now. The man is shooting 50% from 3. He's shooting 90%
in the last 3.
In the last 3 games. Skip, that's what they're basing it on. Last 3 games.
Yep.
Russ hadn't shot 93% from the free throw line in practice, let alone a playoff game.
No.
Skip, I get it. Look, I haven't made no bloopers. I just said, hey, he hadn't played well, and he hadn't. But this notion that if 2 things can't be true isn't true. Russ has been sensational in the last 3 games, but he didn't look like this in the regular season for the Clippers.
Yep.
He damn sure didn't look like this for the Lakers at one point when he put 3 games together. Show me 3 games in which Russ played like he's playing right now for the Lakers. Any 3 games, any compilation, consecutive games like what he's playing right now. So this notion that people are beating up on Russ and just Skip.
For no reason, for no good reason, like picking on him? No.
If Russ is playing like name the guy that's giving you 31 points a game, shooting 54%, 50% from 3, 93% from the free throw line with 7 assists, that gets traded 6 times in 5 years. KD, CP3, on you.
Help me. Yep. Help me out.
I want to know the guy.
6 teams in 5 years. Help me out.
The guy gets traded that's averaging 31 on 54% shooting from the floor, 50% from 3, 93% from the free throw line. Tell me the guy that has those numbers that get traded 6 times in 5 years. So is it us? Because obviously the team that's dealing him sees what us sees.
Okay. Okay. I begin with your first sentiment. I got nothing but respect for what Kevin Durant and Chris Paul said about Russ after the game. I'm going to remind you, they're not done yet. They have to deal with him one more time.
So he burning him up.
And you have to, because
he giving them work
he's
now.
becoming a terror for them. They can't really find a way to deal with him.
Nobody can stop him. They put KD on him. They put Book on him. They put Torrey Craig on him. They put a Kogi on him. They put everybody. They ain't got nobody that can do anything with him. Hell, they're thinking about bringing Dan Marley out.
That is correct. They might bring Charles Barkley back to guard him. But the point is, when he's guarding them, he's also a terror, because I got to tell you, Saturday, Kevin Durant looked a little tentative, a little timid, to the point he looked a little intimidated to me by Russ's force of energy.
Yes.
It's like, oh, my God. It was like Kevin Durant, for the first time, well, since that Boston series, he was teetering with the basketball in his hands like he's made of tissue paper, like he can't keep it away from the pit bull who is Russell Westbrook on defense.
Right.
But, you know, for Kevin to say when he's retired, people are going to really tell the truth about how they feel about his game. Well, that could be pro or con.
Yeah, exactly.
That could go both ways.
Do you really want to?
Hey, I was told by a Lakers insider that LeBron, who wanted Russ, could not wait to get out from under Russ. Well, how can you blame him? You just detailed why.
Yeah. He
was a nightmare for them. He was a nightmare. Again, I did the blue. You didn't do it. I did the blooper tapes because the turnovers, and you laughed along, they were so bad, they're comical. Yeah. Well, you just say, what? He's had comical turnovers in this series in game one.
But he's just playing so well offensively that you look the other way. Skip, if he was giving you 30, if he was giving you 31 points for the Lakers, we wouldn't have no blooper reel. How?
You wouldn't. You might have contended for a championship.
Thank you.
No, seriously. You missed the playoffs with Russell Westbrook last year as a starter for your team. Darvin talked him into coming off the bench, and I thought he had his moments of productivity for the second unit, but he actually fell into the perfect spot. I'm here to tell you right here, right now, Kawhi Leonard is done for the year. You can book it. He's done. He ain't coming back. He's done. They pushed him too hard. Remember that we're going back a couple of games. He played 45 minutes. You said it. You said it.
I say, hold on. If the man needs as bad as you telling me, Skip, and all of a sudden he's playing 40, even in the regular season, Skip, he's playing 40, 42, 43, 45. I was like, the man needs must be good. How long?
They pushed and they pushed until it finally gave away, and he's probably going to need some more surgical procedure, try to clean it up. It's not good. He's not coming back. And all of a sudden, the beneficiary of all this is Russell Westbrook. Because all of a sudden, it's Russ or bust.
Yes.
I don't know about Paul George's injury situation.
I don't believe he's coming back unless they can advance to the second round.
It appeared that he's coming back. They said he's gone for the first round, to your point. So all of a sudden, it's Russ and Norman Powell, who's obviously a sixth man of the year candidate, who it has to be a starter now. And he's not quite as effective as a starter because the energy is you need him to come off the bench and sort of take advantage of a second unit.
That is correct.
Okay. So Russ is in his glory because he's still playing for an LA team, just not the LA team that he grew up loving, the Lakers. But he's got Ty Lue, who's the best coach in basketball, rebuilding his pride, giving him the green light, encouraging him to just attack. And Ty is not sweating the small stuff, as in the comical turnovers, because Ty's got no.
What he got? His two best players on the sideline. So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to yank him from the game
and put in who?
Bones. You put Bones in. Russ and Bones have been pretty good together. Okay, so I'm going to reiterate your stats again, just to drive this home. He's shooting 54% from the floor. It's impossible because.
And I think 11 or 12 times, Skip, he shot less than 45% from the floor.
Yes, in his career.
Yes,
he has. To your point again, he's made 8 of 16 three-point shots. I'm going to reiterate, Steve Kerr's attack mode on Russ was to not attack. Don't even defend him. Remember, they're playing Golden State, and Steve Kerr has him just waving at him. Just shoot it. And he's made 8 of 16. It's impossibly great. But he has been great. And then free throws. This year, he shot 65.6% from free throw. That ranked 118th in the NBA.
Yes.
And he's made 13 of 14 every time he goes up there, and he made those 2 swish to win game 1.
Yes.
Okay. And he's averaged 4 turnovers, but we're good with that.
Yeah, because he gave it a 31.
Because 4 is high, man.
But Skip, I think the thing is that CP3 and KD is looking at Russ at his absolute best. He's playing at his absolute best these last 3 games.
Okay, this is the greatest I saw Russ play at Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Seriously, we have to go back to Oklahoma City.
And he didn't shoot these percentages.
No, he didn't do this. He didn't do this because even if you look at his career shooting, I'm looking at career from like this year he's 31%. For his career, he's 30.5% from 3. It's horrendously bad.
He's shooting 20% higher. and so we look at his field, Skip. He's shooting 54% from the floor.
Okay.
He's like a 44% for a career, so he's shooting 10 points higher.
It's
look at his
impossible.
career average from the free throw line. He's shooting damn near 30 points higher. So you take an outlier and says, okay, we're going to take the outlier, and that's who he is. And so y'all been so critical of Russ because...
Okay, so just to drive this home, the last 3 games, all time, I got nothing.
Yes!
I should stand up and give him a standing ovation. It was so great. I want to show you the shots that he made the other day. What was he, 17? I'm going to show you real quick his 17 shots that he made in Game 4. Game 4, 17 shots. Just to give you a feel of this, okay? That was pretty easy. That was on Torrey Craig, I believe. That was pretty easy. He's just blowing by people.
But look at that, Skip.
That's 3.
He's shooting with conviction.
Yeah, holding the pose. And he's going up. He's so physical at the rim.
He's just bullying Landry Shamet.
He's good with the left hand. And there's a big left-hand slam. Way to go. And
that's between 2 7-footers.
Blow by.
KD and
Come on. Somebody got to get a hand on that. Somebody got to get a hand on it. Nope. Now he is bullying you.
Yes.
At 6'3", he is bullying.
Torrey Craig, the defender. Look at this.
Oh, come on now. Whew. Whew. Come on, Russ.
That's D-Book.
Oh, God.
That's Book. That's Book now.
This is vintage Oklahoma City MVP Russ.
Look at this. That's on KD.
How do you make a shot like that?
Look at this.
Whew.
Catch and shoot.
Russ?
That's on KD again. That's
sweet.
7.
Yeah. Book.
Look at this.
He's just abusing Book. Book's a good defender.
Look at this.
Holding the pose. And, God, vintage.
That's a 1-on-4 fast break.
Well, I got it. Okay, now here's the bottom line, maybe the punchline to all this. They've lost the last 3 games. He's put up those numbers, and they've lost the last 3 games because they don't have their 2 best players.
Right.
And Saturday, he had only 4 assists. Well, he's capable of giving you 12 assists, but he had 4 and 4 turnovers because he has become the primary scorer. So what happened in the fourth quarter? It became Chris Paul versus Russ. And to Chris's, Chris could talk because, and he could validate that he's Russ's close friend. But look what happened in the fourth quarter. You can see what happened.
Right.
Chris made all the big shots.
Yeah,
right?
5 of 9, 2 of 3. Skip,
Okay.
but Russ was 6 of 10.
He was.
2 or 3 from the free throw line.
I got it.
I mean, from the 3-point line, he had 14 points.
Yeah, but it took Chris to hold him off.
Eric Gordon gave you nothing. Morris gave you 2. Zubas gave you nothing. Norman Powell gave you nothing.
Because they're watching Russ now.
Russ
Russ is it. He's
Russ
the
said,
whole
I can't
offense.
trust y'all. I've been passing y'all the ball, and y'all ain't been doing nothing. Let me get it. I mean, but Skip, we're going to talk about this a little later.
Yeah.
They've impressed me. The Clippers impressed
Have
me.
they? The Clippers have.
The Clippers
I thought you
have
were going to
impressed
say the
me.
Suns.
No, the
the
Clippers
Suns have
impressed
not impressed me.
We're going to talk about them in a minute.
Okay.
But the Clippers, you can't be anything but impressed with what the Clippers are doing.
Well, it's going to be a battle of survival in Game 5.
Oh, yeah. They know they're fighting for their lives. They're on life support.
Okay.
I don't think they come back. I don't think they play another game.
Absolutely.
I hope not.
That Game 5 unfolds Tuesday in Phoenix, gentlemen. Must-see TV. All right, I need to get your thoughts on this Davis-Garcia fight. What was your biggest takeaway? Skip and Shannon break it all down on the other side of this commercial.
Baseball is back, and so is Flippin' Bats.
5 times a week, Monday through Friday.
So follow us on the Fox Sports app, YouTube, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Gervonta Davis taking down Ryan Garcia Saturday with a knockout in the 7th round. Davis knocked Garcia out in the 7th round with that shot to the ribcage. Davis remains undefeated. First loss for Garcia, meanwhile. Shannon, what was your biggest takeaway?
Tank's the better fighter. One guy he could be the face of boxing, the other guy's an internet sensation. He's happy. He has great hair to skip. We understand the Mexican culture. They love their fighters.
Oh, sure.
I'm talking about when there's a Canelo and Cesar Chavez, they love them. And they come to fight. Skip, he ain't in Tank's league. Mm-mm. He looks to land. I mean, he fights flat-footed. He looks to land power shot. That's why Tank was able to counter him. He throwing that big up. Skip, look at this. What? All this right here. You see what I'm wanting to tell your head?
I do.
And this thing was boom. Right on your seat. And then he called him, tried to throw another power shot, liver shot. People like, oh, man, clearly you've never been hit to the body. If you've ever been hit to the body, De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins stopped De La Hoya with a liver shot.
He did.
Skip, but I will say this. This is the fight people wanted to see. I like when fighters are not afraid to give the people what they want. And the reason why I like Tank Davis, and I'm upset with Earl Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford, because they ducking one another. One of them is the number 1 fighter in the division. He wants to fight the number 20th guy. The other guy is the 2nd or 3rd guy, and he wants to fight the number 13th guy.
Yep.
Fight each other. Mm-hmm. This is why you guys don't get the credit that you deserve, like what they did in the 80s when Leonard and Hagler and Hearns and Duran and the 5th Horseman, Iran Barkley, they fought each other. In the 70s, the heavyweight, Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Norton, Skip, they fought each other. Why are you ducking and dodging one another? You got the business to fight. Now you want to pick fights. Oh, man, I don't want to mess up my undefeated record. Yeah. I want to try to make much money as I possibly can. That's why y'all don't get the praise. That's why y'all don't get the love. Well, we don't get the respect. No, because you won't fight nobody. You scared. You're ducking and dodging. One of you scared, the other glad of it. Put your name on the dotted line and let's fight, bud. Let's fight, Errol Spence Jr. But I like this fight, Skip. It was action-packed. And the guys, people wanted to see the fight. Skip, it was buzzing. I was in Las Vegas. It was buzzing.
You were there?
I was there. I didn't go to the fight, but I was there. It was buzzing. But Ryan Garcia can't beat Tank. They fight tomorrow. And Tank will beat him again. They fight next week. He beat him again. He see him at Dave and Buster's, he'll beat him again.
Yep.
Sometimes, Skip, guy just better than you. Guy just better than he is.
Yeah, but it goes deeper than that, unfortunately. Okay, quick point. Floyd ducked a lot of people until they were too old to really have any business in the ring.
No, he didn't. No. He might have once he got to like 35. But if you look at Floyd coming up through the ranks, he fought everybody.
Maybe it's because there was nobody to fight.
He cleaned out the division.
All right. Okay. I want to say this about Ryan Garcia. I like him a lot. I think he's a great young man. I like his spirituality. I like what he stands for. He came from a good family out here in Southern California. But in the end, he wanted no part of Tank Davis because here's what I saw. I saw the 2nd round, if we could show this. Ryan Garcia hit him with a flurry because Ryan is longer.
Yeah.
He's quicker. He's busier. He's a busier fighter. And it was... And Tank looked at him like, is that all you got? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a counter punch.
Yeah,
and it's a left uppercut, left hook that just catches him as flush in the face as you can catch him, and just dropped him.
Look how he exposed the
He'd thrown the kitchen sink at him, and he'd actually landed a whole bunch of punches. Because I'm looking at the stats here, he wound up throwing 163 punches to 103 for Tank.
Right.
Because he's busy.
Right.
He's long. He's quick.
But Skip, bees are busy. Ants are busy. What are you busy doing, though?
Because Tank is looking at him like, seriously?
Yeah.
Because it's like paper mache punches.
Yeah.
It's like a pillow fight.
Jello shot. Hey, give me another of them tangerine Jello shots.
Okay. So then we get to the 7th round. And Ryan's starting to realize I don't belong in the ring with him because he might be smaller than me. His arms aren't as long as mine, but when he hits me, I stay hit.
Right.
Because I'm looking at power shots landed, and Tank landed 30 to his 24, and his 24 did no damage whatsoever. Right. And then came the liver shot, or whatever you want to call it, hit him up in the ribs. it just caught him. When I first saw it, I couldn't even see it because it was happening so fast. It was like an unseen punch, and I couldn't figure out, wait a second, Garcia's backing up? He's backing up for what?
Right.
Is he sick at his stomach? I didn't know what had happened. And all of a sudden, he just takes a knee. Well, he got the breath knocked out of him. And you've had the breath knocked out of you, and it's not fun because for a second, you can't breathe.
Right.
But it will pass. In the end, Ryan is more skill than will. He wanted no more of Tank, and so he stayed down on a knee. And listen, this is as tough a sport as you can find.
Well, I tell you what, Skip.
You've got to get back up off your knee. If you got it in your heart and in your stomach to do this, you got to get up and try.
Skip.
And he wanted no more.
You hit me in my liver, my nose started to bleed, I'm done.
Okay.
I don't know what they do. What they do that at? That means something in the inside?
Yeah.
Skip, if somebody hit you in your body and your nose started to bleed.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of that deal.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched. I wasn't there, but I watched on what it was called closed circuit.
Yeah.
The Thrilla and Manila.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And listen, I know I'm going up to the highest level, but Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier nearly killed each other.
Yeah.
And it went to the bitter end, and Ali was about to give up, and Joe did, or he wanted to throw in the towel.
Right.
And Angelo Dundee said, hold on.
Right.
Both of them went to the hospital.
Right.
You want to talk about spirit, you want to talk about heart and guts and will.
Right.
Those two had it at the highest level. It's what is required to win in the ring in this sport. Mm-hmm. And I'm asking a lot, but Tank's got that thing in him.
Right.
Because he is crafty, he is powerful, and he can take a punch.
Right.
He's got that whole, and plus, he came from a rough background in Baltimore, and you saw it on full display. You saw what he is. And I'm just not sure there's anybody out there who can challenge him.
Well, I mean, they talk about Haney. They talk about Shakur Stevens says he wants someone.
I don't know.
But Skip, whether they can beat him or not, the fact of the matter is that that's a fight that people want to see.
I'll watch.
How many people want to see Errol Spence and Bud Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
But one-on-one to fight Pacquiao, who's like 2 months younger than me, and they want to fight each other.
Pacquiao was there Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's money
he was watching.
There's money to be made.
Yep.
But nobody wants a blemish. Everybody afraid of losing. Mm-hmm. Well, why you fighting?
Okay. That's why MMA has been so successful, because, boy, you know what happens. The best are going to go against the best. But those fights aren't made by the fighters. They're made by the man upstairs.
Dana.
Yes.
But see, there ain't no WBC, the IBF, the WBA, the WBO.
That's why
ain't none of those sanctioning bodies.
No.
Fight. Mm-hmm. Fight. Guys, you got the business to fight.
Yep.
Fight. The biggest fight to be made right now is probably Spence and Bud Crawford.
Yep.
But it don't seem like neither guy is interested in fighting.
No.
We'll see when the next big one comes, guys. I'm sure you'll be all over it, no doubt. All right, gentlemen, let's go back to the association in these playoffs. LeBron and the Lakers, you think they're going to take a 3-1 series lead over the Grizzlies tonight? Let's predict when we come back. The Lakers gained a 2-1 series lead over the Grizzlies Saturday. Now, they're 5-point favorites tonight, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Shannon, put your prediction hat on. What are you expecting out of Game 4 this evening?
I'm expecting the Lakers to come out with a lot of intensity. I think they know that they understand the importance of this ball game. This game is as important, if not more so, than the game on Saturday night. Because the one thing you could have your hat on, you would have another game here, tonight. You do not want to go back to Memphis tied 2-2.
No.
Let's go ahead, come out, take care of business, understand they're going to be fighting for their proverbial lives, even though if they lose this game, they still have another game. I think they play again on Wednesday night. But this game is of the utmost importance. And I think Dillon Brooks is going to be on his best behavior. He's not going to run the risk of getting ejected or suspended for the following game. So I believe he'll be on his best behavior. Now, if you tell me which guy is stock market AD showing up, if you're going to tell me the guy that showed up in Game 1 and Game 3, go show up. Oh, we got this one. or the guy that was averaging coming into the series, that was averaging 29 and 20, oh, we got this. Ain't no problem. But I just don't know what I'm going to get from AD. He's at the last three games, the 3 games, Skip, he's averaging 5 blocks and basically 2 steals a game.
Yep.
Plus, give or take, 53, 66. So he's averaging 22 and 13.
Yep.
Okay, not bad.
Okay.
But I expect AD to average what he averaged in game 3 because he was ultra aggressive. He wasn't waiting. Man, the double team gonna come. Let me play. No, get the ball and go. Make Jaren Jackson say, "Oh, look what I did. Look what I'm doing to your defensive player of the year. I'm making mincemeat out of it."
Yep.
That's what I'm capable of. This is what AD is capable of giving any other big in the league what he's giving Jaren Jackson. Be it Joel Embiid, be it Nikola Jokic, be it Brook Lopez, you name a big, AD should be at an advantage because they can't do anything with him offensively.
True. Agreed. I don't agree with your big picture takeaway about tonight. I think the team that will come out with the most energy is the visiting team. I picked the Lakers to win this series. I want them. I need them. I believe in them. I want them to advance.
The NBA needs them too.
They do. No, you're right.
No, Giannis is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Giannis.
It's back.
That's like mysterious to me.
It's back. You saw the man fall.
Does he have a little micro fracture that we don't know about? I don't know. Because they keep listing him as questionable, and then he doesn't play. The point is, the league needs LeBron to advance. The league needs the Lakers to advance. I want to see.
Especially if the Kings knock out the Warriors with no Steph. No Steph, no LeBron, no Giannis.
Okay, but it's possible we could get LeBron versus Steph in the next round, and we're there. We're all eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a dangerous game tonight because of what happened Saturday night. Saturday night for the Lakers was all and only about the first quarter. They won it 35-9. I don't know how you can win a playoff first quarter 35-9, but they pulled it off because Memphis was horrendous. From that point forward, Mr. Sharpe, your Los Angeles Lakers lost the last 3 quarters 92-76. It made it misleading that the final score was, 111-101. So they won by 10, but it didn't feel like that in the end because Ja Morant went berserk in the fourth quarter. Ja scored 24 points on 9 of 12 shooting from the floor, on 4 of 6 from 3, and he was a 30% free throw.
Well, I'm gonna make him shoot 10 more threes. Okay. See if he can make 6 or 7 of them.
Dare him. He didn't get to the foul line that much, but he made both of his free throws.
Oh, Ja made 13 free throws, Skip.
Okay, but I'm talking about.
Oh, in the fourth quarter. Okay, my bad.
2 of 2.
Yeah.
He had 3 rebounds in the fourth quarter. He had 3 assists in the fourth. He just dominated the fourth quarter. Now, you can say the Lakers put it on cruise control and they're just trying to get through and get it over with, and you would be right. But I'm just looking at the last 3 quarters, and Memphis has to feel real good about itself because the first quarter was all about Dillon the villain. He missed 8 of his first 9 shots because he crumbled under the heat that he inflicted upon himself by taking on LeBron and calling him old. And LeBron pulled off a great psychological ploy by going straight to him before tip-off and saying something like, "You want me, you got me right between the eyes." And he crumbled. He couldn't take the heat because he's not a very good basketball player. And when you ask him to shoot shots that are uncontested because they're daring him to shoot, he's going to go from bad to worst, and he was the worst.
Right.
And they were the worst because in the first quarter they were, I got the final box, but they were 3 of 25. Okay, so here's the point.
1 of 13 from 3.
Yeah, 1 of 13 from 3. Way to go. Here's my point. I would like to bet you on all the bets you proposed, but I want the Lakers to win. So I don't want to bet against myself, and I don't want to jinx myself because LeBron is 1 for his last 12 from 3. That will not work. If you're going to shoot him, you got to make 3 or 4 of them. Okay, you've bet me, or you want to bet me that he would make 4.
4.
I don't want to jinx him by betting against him because I'm betting against my outcome. My outcome needs to be Lakers win. I also believe in my gut. My gut is telling me, and my gut's usually pretty great, my gut is telling me Memphis is going to win this game. My gut is telling me that the spread has risen up to 5. It was 4.5 when we opened the show. Now it's gone up to 5. I would love Memphis plus 5 tonight because I think it's going to go to the wire, and I hope the Lakers pull it off.
I don't give you no 5, but I'll give you that bet.
Okay.
For the case of do for LeBron make 4-3.
Okay, I'm not going to do it because again, I'm betting against myself, and it doesn't feel right.
Now you can bet the team and take the under.
No, I'm not going to do it because they need to win this game. You don't, to your point, you don't want to go back to that crazy place, that grind house. You don't want to go back there 2-all because bad things are going to happen. And again, they don't have Steven Adams and they don't have Brandon Clark. So to your point, Anthony Davis should come out and say, I got you. I got this.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis can't be my nickname for him, which too often rings true. He can't be always disappointing because it seems like he's always, when you least expect it, disappointing. He can't do it tonight.
They're going to have to do a better job of keeping Memphis off the offensive glass. They got 18 offensive rebounds the other night, Skip.
Okay.
That gave them some extra possession, gave them extra points. LeBron might need to have, he had 9 rebounds. That might need to be 11 or 12.
Okay.
AD got 17. Everybody got to crash the boards. You can't keep giving them second opportunities because eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. Jaren Jackson was the defensive player of the year. Xavier Tillman he's pretty good, and he'll give you all he's got.
Yeah, long as he don't give us 22 and 13.
Okay, but he gave you 12 rebounds the other night,
offensive.
Right?
Yeah.
And I look down the line, Aldama and Kennard, they can all shoot it. David Roddy's pretty good. I bragged about Tyus Jones, and then he's the one who's come up empty for them. He
0 for 7
and 0 for 5 from 3.
Keep it going.
That
Keep
won't
it going.
hold.
Keep it going.
Yeah, okay. So, again, I hope the Lakers win. I got a bad feeling they will not. But I'm not going to bet you because I'll be counter.
I remember you were telling me about Malik Beasley and Troy. Malik Beasley gave us 0. Troy Brown gave us 2.
Well, I told you that he's, over the last 2 years, he's made the 3rd most threes in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
So he is highly capable.
I know what he's capable of, but Skip, how many of those threes he made alongside Goat James?
Okay.
You see?
It's hard.
I remember when Joe Harris won the NBA three-point competition.
Yeah.
But you remember when he was in Cleveland and he couldn't throw it at Lake Erie?
Okay. Well, Austin Reeves can.
Yeah.
So he needs to drop about 5 threes.
He had 13.
Yeah.
D'Lo finally. Man, D'Lo just 5 of 14. You know, he has never shot 50% or better in a playoff game.
Okay. But he can shoot it. He can score it. Yeah. I like your team. I like it.
I got a feeling LeBron will do something crazy tonight.
Really?
Crazy.
Well, like
you remember when he was in Atlanta? Yeah. You remember?
Okay, well, Dillon Brooks says nobody's going to get his attention until they give him 40. Will he give him 40?
When we get his attention, he won't talk. He'll lead the arena. LeBron dropped 40, he ain't going to talk.
Okay, well, shut him up.
But you know what he's going to say? He's LeBron James. He's supposed. See, that's what he one of those guys, Skip. LeBron don't give him 40. He's like he old. He gives him 40. He's supposed to. He's the all-time lead scorer. He's a general. He's this. No. Don't, I don't want to hear all that. I don't hear all that reason and rationale now.
Okay, just one time tonight, I want to see LeBron dunk on his head.
He ain't going to go up. He won't even challenge LeBron at the rim. No. The only guy that's going to really challenge him at the rim is probably be Triple J.
Or Ja.
No, Ja ain't going to take that.
I don't know.
Ja might try to sneak attack, try to catch him, and you don't see him.
Yeah.
But Go putting everybody in the basket.
Really? Jordan's playing tonight?
Go.
Oh.
Goat James.
Phony Goat.
No, I ain't know the real
That's
Goat.
a debate for a different time, different
He be
topic,
hating.
guys.
He be hating, Jen.
No. Let me pull you back. We will see what adjustments Darvin Ham and Taylor Jenkins draw up. All right, guys, let's go back to that Warriors-Kings series. Do you think the momentum has shifted to Golden State from Sacramento? Let's discuss when we return. The Warriors evened up their series with the Kings with a win yesterday. That series now sits at 2-2 and goes back to Sacramento for Game 5. Shannon, from what you've seen through 4 games, who wins this series?
I picked the Warriors, Skip. I'm going to ride with them. I just believe they're going to be more than capable. They got the pedigree, they got the history, they got the background to get at least one game on the road. I believe in Steph. Draymond has come back. I believe he'll keep a clear head. Doesn't want to cost his team. He played well yesterday. Gave him 12 big points. I think 10 or 11 rebounds. He played really well, although he didn't shoot the ball well. He did give him some points, rebounds, and assists. The Warriors they turn the ball over. And that's what, and calling a timeout. I mean, somebody of the superstar players, I mean, I couldn't tell you one, but Steph Curry would be the last superstar player that I would think would call a timeout and not have any remaining. He would not be first on my list to say, okay, he would make that blunder.
I would say LeBron would be first on the list of not making that mistake.
Right. And so I just believe that they can clean up some of the mistakes that they've been making, and they can find a way to get one game. It's not going to be easy because the Kings do a great job in clutch situations. The last 5 minutes of the ball game, if it's a nip and tuck ball game, they normally pretty much, if they can get a shot off and that turn it over like they did yesterday 5 times in the fourth quarter, Skip, good things normally happen for this team. So I'm going to ride with the Warriors. I picked the Warriors. I think it's going to probably be a 7-game series, but I think the Warriors can get one of these road games, although they have been not very good on the road this year.
Okay. I hear everything you just said. You could be right. But I love the Kings in this series. I've liked them from the start. Yeah. All year long, they said, pick us, pick us, pick us. And a lot of people said, nah, you ain't been there and done any of this before. And yet, I look at yesterday, and as much as I did not like the way the Kings handled themselves in the fourth quarter, as much as they did not deserve to even be in the game, given the 5 times they turned the ball over in the fourth quarter, when I look at the final box, it felt to me like Golden State was making every shot.
Right.
It felt like every time they launched a 3, it ripped as cleanly as it could rip. And Steph did make 5 out of 11, and Clay did make 4 out of 9. And they did make 14 for the game. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? So did Sacramento. So it was 14-14 in three-point shooting. That will work. Look at the backboards, as in rebounding. It looked like Golden State played stronger, especially than Sabonis did. They had 44 rebounds. Guess what the Kings had yesterday? 44 rebounds.
Yeah.
So they matched them in three-point shooting and rebounding. You mentioned the turnovers. Golden State did have 11, not terribly high. Sacramento wound up with 10. But the problem was they had 5 in the fourth quarter. Just to drive home my point of how they could have, should have won the game in the fourth quarter and kept spitting up the bit and giving it right back to you. I want to show you these 5 turnovers one more time because they are horrendously bad. These are 5 Kings turnovers at Golden State in a game that they almost won. That went to the last shot. Start with 8:07. We got Malik Monk. He just loses the handle, and that's no good. You can't do that. And then here comes Monk again with another bad pass turnover. It's no good. You can't do that. Here's Sabonis. He's got the basketball in his hands. Then he don't got the basketball, and here they go. And this is the most horrendous one. This is De'Aaron Fox. This is the clutchest player in the fourth quarter in the league. I don't know what he was doing. Neither did anybody else.
Where has the bar stopped? Why he stopped?
I don't know. I have no idea. And here's Davion Mitchell. He gets the ball, and then he steps on the out-of-bounds line. I gave you 5 turnovers. 5 times they gave possessions back to Golden State, and it still went down to the last shot, in part because Steph blundered with the timeout, in part because Steph had a 3 that would have been a dagger that would have put them up 11, and he missed that with 57 seconds left. Do you believe that? He had a 3 to go up, to go up 8 points, and Shannon's home free on that one. And then he missed the runner at the end of the game with 14 seconds left. He had the little free throw line runner that there's the 3 miss. And then he's got the runner at the free throw line. He makes this shot blindfolded, and no. This is the 3 again. So my point is that Sacramento played a horrendously sloppy fourth quarter, and Harrison Barnes had a last-second shot that looked like it was on line to me. It was just like 6 inches too far, and it caught too much back iron. Okay? I'll take that. I'll take those stats. I'll take the way they played because they stood up to Golden State yesterday. You can't say that there was anything to be humiliated or to second guess in this game except the 5 turnovers, right?
Right.
Those are self-inflicted. Those are mostly unforced. Those are the kind of errors you can clean up. And going home, I think they will clean them up.
But you got to think about it. You're thinking about what Sacramento, the rebounding edge. Normally, the Warriors are not a great rebounding team.
Okay, but at home, they just play their tails off because Kevon Looney plays like possessed.
Yeah, so they found a way to stay hanging there with the rebounding. And I think the thing is they do a lot of fouling too. The Warriors do a lot of fouling, they've kind of cut that down. They have to do a better job on the road. Now, obviously, things are different road and home, but the first two games, they committed a lot of fouls, turned the ball over a lot. I think those are some things that Steve Kerr definitely be in their ear about. Says, guys, look, we got to play cleaner to give ourselves a chance to win on the road.
Okay.
I think they can steal one of these.
Keegan Murray is a rookie in this league out of Iowa. He set the rookie record for three-point makes. He couldn't throw it in the Pacific Ocean until yesterday, and all of a sudden he makes 5 out of 7 threes. That will work. He scored 23 points in this game on the road. That will work.
Right.
It will translate back to home. I like the way they're all playing. They are not afraid of Golden State. They know they stood up to him, especially in Game 4 in their house. Here they go.
Didn't Steph tell you about their history?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
But it's ancient.
No, it ain't ancient.
Yeah.
No, it ain't ancient. You remember
Well,
last
it
year?
feels like it is now.
You remember what he did last year?
Yeah,
you remember what he did last year?
Yeah, they've been to hell and back this year.
Yeah, hey, Steph, hey, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know
I thought they were going to lose with Draymond coming right back in the lineup, and he made a smart move. He went to Steve Kerr and said, don't start me. I thought the energy worked better for him to come off the bench. But now you know what's going to happen in Game 5. He will be in the starting lineup.
He might.
I like the Kings in Game 5. If it takes Game 7, they'll win Game 7 at home. But I definitely like them in Game 5 at Sacramento.
Well, first of all, Skip, you got to win Game 5 because you know it's not going back. It's not going back to Sacktown if they don't get Game 5. Okay. You know that.
All right. So I will take the Kings for 2 cases in Game 5.
Give me the points.
No.
Oh,
you never give me the points.
I just gave you points.
Yeah, but they were 7.5-point favorites, and you gave me 2. Okay, I'll do it. It's 1.5. I'll give you a half a point. I'll give you a half a point.
Give me 2.
Come on.
Give me 2 points.
You've got the defending champs. You got Steph Curry.
We the worst road team. We won 11 games out of 41. You happy with that?
I'll give you 1 point.
No.
Take 1?
No, I want 2 points.
2 points, 1.5.
Okay, give me 1.5.
Okay, done.
I don't want it.
You don't want it? Thank you.
I don't want it.
Thank you.
I don't want it.
So you accept the bet straight up?
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope.
Oh, you don't accept the bet?
I don't want the bet.
Somebody is scared.
Because you won't give me the 4 made threes by GOAT because you know what's going to happen tonight.
Okay. I'll take Sacramento straight up in Game 5, and I'll do the GOAT deal, quote unquote.
No, give me the 2 points like you promised. Huh? Give me 2 points.
I didn't promise.
Okay, give me 2 points.
What are you talking about?
Give me 2. Give me the Warriors in 2.
The Warriors in 2?
Warriors in 2 and GOAT and 4 made threes.
Then I just gave you everything. No, I don't get anything back.
But you
said, okay, wait. I'll do this. I'll go phony GOAT makes 5 threes.
No. Skip,
I'll give you 2 points.
You just told the world, do you know what your so-called GOAT is from 3 of the last 2 games? He's over. He's 1 for 12.
1 for 12.
Okay, so what's 4? Give me 4 little measly, stinking Peasley threes.
I'll do 5 and 2.
No.
Going once, going twice.
It's gone. I don't want it.
I told you, I don't want to bet against the team I picked to win. I need phony GOAT to make 4 threes tonight. He owes his team 4 threes tonight.
He going to make them.
He will make. He has to make. If he doesn't, Ja's going to get him.
Ja ain't going to get nothing. Ja going home with an L.
Ja got 24 in the 4th.
And what he get him?
It got him a -10. That's what he got.
Got it.
He was down 10.
He got all that.
Yeah.
He did all that. Mm-hmm. Took an L back with him to the hotel.
You going? You going? You going to be there?
It might be a possibility, it's been a while.
If you're going, that's a big distraction for the visiting team.
I got to, might have one of those same cardigan or something.
Really?
Good luck cardigan.
Uh-oh.
Might have an old good luck cardigan on it. Jim?
Is this a disclosure right here on the air? Huh? Really?
You might have to see, I might have to make a guest appearance.
Huh? Yeah. Courtside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maybe Dillon come over and dap you up before the game.
That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen.
All's fair in love, war, and playoff basketball.
Yep.
I'm here for the fashion, Shannon. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the Suns. Do they look like they're finals bound? I need to get you two to break this one down for me. That's next on Undisputed.
And I won't back down.
After dropping game 1 to the Clippers, KD and the Suns have reeled off 3 straight. Now they command a 3-1 lead with a chance to close out this series at home tomorrow. Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how impressive have KD's Suns been?
4. Skip, they're beating them without no Paul George. The last 2 games they played without Kawhi, and they're taking them down. And look what it's taking them. It's taking Kevin Durant playing 44 minutes, Devin Booker playing 44 minutes, Chris Paul playing 39 minutes, DeAndre Ayton playing 34 minutes. We know, think about it. Let's just say if we took a Book and KD off the Suns, and it's just Russell, you see what happened. Take any 2 best players off any team, and I guarantee you they're not going to play as hard or as for tenacious as what the Clippers are doing without Paul George and Kawhi. Russ is just willing this team to get to. I was just like, oh man, no Kawhi. So this thing gonna be a cakewalk.
No,
it's anything but a cakewalk.
Not a cakewalk.
These games are going down to the fourth quarter, and it's taking tremendous shot making by Book, tremendous shot making by Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Chris Paul turned back the clock and made big shot after big shot, to thwart Russ and the Clippers.
True.
So Skip, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, with the way that Russ is playing, he's going back to like he's an all-star, like he's an all-NBA player.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be honest, Skip. I haven't been impressed with the Suns. They're doing what I expected them to do, considering who they're doing it to and who they're doing it against.
I picked the Suns to win it all.
Yeah.
I told you the morning we were in Phoenix at the Super Bowl. Trade came down overnight. I announced to the crowd, I think you guys just won it all, as in the NBA championship.
Uh-huh.
So far, scale of 1 to 10, I'll give my Phoenix Suns a 3 because I also should give them a small break. As you well know, it's hard to dredge it up for a team when you look across the floor and they don't have their 2 best players.
Right.
It's just hard. It's like, okay, we got to do this. You have to kind of slog through it. But not only has it not been a cakewalk, it feels like Russell Westbrook is walking on cake because it looks like Phoenix is made of cake, like chiffon.
Yes.
Like just stepping all over him. And Kevin Durant has looked so tentative, so timid, so tissue papery to me. He started to look at times like he did against Boston last year when he got doubled and tripled and he just shrank. And I don't love it, but then I look at Kevin's numbers the other day and I say, well, how can I argue with 31? How can I argue with 3 out of 4 threes, 9 out of 17 from the floor, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds and 6 assists? It's still a big-time stat line.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? But despite that, despite Book playing pretty great the other day, we're giving you 30 more, it was still a basketball game in the fourth quarter because Russ was a terror.
Yes.
He was on a attack mode mission. We showed all the shots earlier in the show, and I'm looking at the stats, and what it required was Chris Paul doing what I said from the start Chris Paul is going to have to do if they're going to win a championship. He is the one who's going to get the open shots. He's up against a mastermind in Ty Lue, who's throwing all kinds of junk defenses at him. It's doubles here, it's triples there, it's some zone. It's every time down the floor, it's something different.
Right.
And they are a deep basketball team because they have a lot of pretty good players. They just don't have the 2 really good players. And Russ has turned back into a really good player. And Norman Powell can be a really good player. But Ty Lue is the best coach. And he's demonstrating it on a daily, nightly basis because they come to play. And then he's out-coaching Monty because defensively he's doing things that fluster them. They're not sure what's happening until the fourth quarter. And once again, Chris Paul said, I got this.
Right.
Because Chris knows, as the point guard, he knows he's the one who's going to have single coverage.
Right.
And it may be Russ. He may have to take Russ. But whoever it is, he's got to take them, and he's got to create his shots. And I think we have the shots that he made in the fourth quarter. They needed every one of Chris Paul's shots because every time he made a shot, it was canceling what Russ had just done on the other end. Okay, that's a fall away. That's pretty high degree of difficulty.
That's over Robert Covington also.
It was. It was a really big-time shot.
That's shot
falling away. That's over a 7-footer.
Yeah.
Okay? Here he goes again. It looks like he's not getting a lot of lift, and he has to kind of tilt back to get these off, but he got that one off and ripped it as clean as you can rip it. And then here's KD doubled, and he gets right back to Chris, and he makes another three. Okay? And this is the one where he just
This is where you know it's over. Skip, it's over.
Okay, that's it.
Skip, you know it's over.
Okay? That was like him in Game 6 closeout at Staples, remember, against the Clippers? Whew. Okay. It took all those shots to hold off Russ in the fourth quarter because while Chris is making 5 out of 9, Russ is making 6 out of 10.
And 2 or 3. I mean, think about it, Skip. You mentioned it took the Suns to shoot 57% from the floor.
It did.
50% from the 3, 100% from the free throw line, and grab 13 rebounds to the Clippers 4.
Right. And when it was over, I had to change my T-shirt because it was sweat. I'd sweated right through the armpits and through the back of it because I was sweating Russ. It was Russ, more Russ. And trust me, Game 5 will be all Russ, double barrel Russ, right between your eyes.
Skip, we know he's more than capable of having a type game. You remember what he did in Utah? He went for 44 against Utah when Paul George gave him 5, and it went down to the wire, but it wasn't enough. I think that was like Donovan's rookie year or something.
Yeah, it was. But Donovan fell short of Russ, but they won the game. Because Russ didn't have any help.
None. Okay. But so you see what it's taken the Clippers just to overcome Russ and his bandmates. It's taken 44 minutes from KD and 44 minutes from Book. And Chris Paul has got to play 39 minutes. Chris Paul probably hadn't played 39 minutes in a game, average 39 minutes in a series, Skip. Probably since what? His second, third, fourth year early in his career. Definitely not towards the back end.
Okay, and you keep dismissing Phoenix's bench, and I like Phoenix's bench, but they don't play a lot. Okay, Okogie is a good player. Every time he comes in, I like what he gives them. Okay,
Landry Shamet got some cardio in. All the cardio equipment was taken. The row machine, the bike, and the elliptical was taken.
I have seen him get on a tear and make some shots in big playoff games.
Okay,
Biyombo has been a little bit of a revelation to me because I didn't know he could do that. He didn't have big numbers the other day. Damian Lee has been a good player. He's been a good player for them. Terrence Ross can be a fourth quarter nightmare for the opposition.
I can't tell.
Well, you can't tell because he can't play. I mean, he doesn't get to play.
Right.
He's been a DNP coach's decision every game. I don't get it because he's capable of giving you 15 or 20 in the fourth quarter. And T.J. Warren is a natural-born professional scorer, and he didn't get off the bench the other day.
Skip, I told you the difference in the Suns game, the Suns starters were going to have to do a demolition job on the Clippers starter because they're going to lose the bench, and they lost the bench again, Skip. They lost, 8, 13, 26-9.
Yep.
So they lose the bench battle, but they win, and it doesn't matter where you put Nicholas Batum. Well, I went to Ty Lue and told him, you need to start Marcus Morris. Let me ask you a question, Skip. If Nicholas Batum was scoring 13, 14 points a game, does he go to Ty Lue and says, I need you to start Marcus Morris? You try. Oh, he's unselfish. No, he playing trash.
Yeah, but he can defend.
I can't tell where. Mm-hmm. Who he defending?
Mm-hmm. He's very good at what he
Kevin
does.
Durant went 9 of 17, so he ain't defending him. Aiden went 7 of 13. Chris Paul went 8 of 17. So I'm trying to figure who he defending.
Yep. Well, I'm like, let's get on to the next round and see what we're really made of because it looks like the Denver Nuggets are lurking, although they got lurked last night at Minnesota.
Ant-Man got them.
Yeah, he got them.
But I don't think they're going back, Skip. They're not. I don't believe they're going back.
You realize Minnesota, I watched that game, that they blew a 12-point lead with under 2 minutes to go?
Yeah.
And
under 3 minutes, 2:36.
Yeah, and then they won it in overtime?
Yeah. But Yoke. It wasn't because it was Yoke. You see Yoke, Skip?
Yeah, and I also saw Yoke. They were putting him in pick and roll so they could just abuse him on defense.
I mean, most big Skip can't handle the pick and roll.
He can't play the other end.
Skip, what they do to Shaq? They put Shaq in the pick and roll. It's hard to play that pick and roll.
Yeah, we'll see the next round. I can't wait for the next round.
Yoke, Skip, I'm not saying the Suns can't win the game, but Yoke averaged 30, 10, and 10 against Ayton.
We'll see about that.
You gonna see about what?
All I care about is who wins.
Okay,
I like Phoenix.
So I know who won't win on the other side.
Yeah.
Just like what I say, What I say about your team?
Which team?
The 76ers.
Oh, God, they got this.
They got this?
Yeah.
Where your guy?
Huh?
Where your guy?
He's good to go.
Where is your guy?
Joel Embiid is good. They just rested him. I know.
Why?
I know.
They rested him. No, he hurt.
No, he's not hurt.
He hurt.
He is not hurt. You wish he was hurt.
I don't wish he was hurt.
Yes,
No,
you do.
I wanted to get all this.
Yeah.
You said that law firm went down to Atlanta?
Yeah.
They went down to Atlanta?
Against Maestre? Are you kidding?
Oh, Maestre was doing it yesterday.
Was he?
Yeah, he was doing it yesterday.
At one point, he was 5 of 20. You like that?
35 and 15.
Yeah,
Can I interest you in that?
He went up. He ended up like 11 of 35 or something. It was horrendous.
No.
Horrendous.
That law firm, Skip, you got to deal with them.
Well, they're about to.
And did Derek White, you remember little Derek White?
Love Derek White.
Brogdon?
Not enough. Not enough.
More than enough.
Philly's deep.
More than enough.
Philly is deep.
Big Al, Robert Wick, ooh, more than enough.
Good luck.
Marcus Smart, more than enough.
Good luck.
Might be too much.
Well,
I'm
They
waiting
brought it
for
up too
these
much.
Eastern Conference series to heat up as much as the Western Conference ones have been. We'll find out. Guys, we got to move along now. Phil Jackson, he's not watching the NBA right now, and he's revealing why. We'll explain. Very interesting take. That's next, right here on Undisputed.
And I won't back down.
Hall of Fame coach Phil Jackson appearing on a podcast and explaining why he's not watching the NBA. Jackson had issue with slogans used in the bubble in 2020. Here's what Jackson had to say, quote, "They had things on their back like justice, and a funny thing happened, like justice just went to the basket and equal opportunity knocked him down. Some of my grandkids thought it was pretty funny to play up those names. I couldn't watch it. It was trying to cater to an audience or trying to bring a certain audience to the game, and they didn't know what was turning other people off. People want to see sports as non-political. Politics stays out of the game. It doesn't need to be there." Shannon, what's your reaction to what Phil Jackson had to say?
Skip, how old you think Phil is?
How old?
Yeah.
77?
Can you tell dumb politics has always been in sports? Ali. Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Go back in history of the time. Politics have always been in sports. Jesse Owens.
You remember Phil when he played basketball for the New York Knicks?
Yes.
You know what he was? He was an
hippie.
angry young man, anti-establishment.
Anti-war.
Yep.
Oh, but all of a sudden now,
Dabbled in mind-altering drugs.
all of a sudden now, it turns him off. He's like, they're trying to, what do you say, trying to appeal to an audience? I don't know if you noticed this, Phil, but like 75, 80% of the NBA players,
I think he noticed.
that audience, they watching. They didn't need to appeal to them.
Yes. I think black players carried Phil to all those rings, right?
But, Skip, it's amazing. My grandfather used to always say, boy, be careful. People might not need you, but they damn sure use you. Shaq can't do anything for Phil. Kobe, rest his soul, can't do anything for Phil. Michael and Scotty and Dennis Rodman and Cartwright can't do a damn thing for Phil.
Yeah.
I don't watch the game. I don't care nothing about what's on the court. Can they put the ball in the basket? They're going to D up. I want to see the shot making. I want to see the ball handle. I want to see the creativity. I ain't watching what's on no damn court. I can care less.
Yep.
What's in the end zone? When they put, black lives, whatever they are, equal opportunity and justice and truth, and
Yep.
that ain't got nothing to do with it. I want to see the man carry the ball, see him catch it, see him throw it. Oh, Tom Brady's man, I ain't throwing no touchdown. The truth in the end zone. I ain't throwing no touchdown there. Come on, Phil. You sound foolish. But Skip, I didn't really know a whole lot about Phil. Just watched him from a distance. But when he did that piece on LeBron, it told me everything I need to know about Phil.
That's true.
It told me everything he didn't need to say another word. And I already knew. I'm going to take a man how he is.
Yep.
I ain't trying to change him. I'm going to take him as he is.
Yep.
I'm taking Phil Jackson as he is. I see him for what he is. I'm cool with that. I'm just going to move on. But Glass, stay up in Montana. Y'all, you got to do is stay up in Montana. Ain't nobody thinking about no Phil Jackson. Who thinking about Phil? Who? Stay up in Montana, your little cabin or wherever you get your palatial, and you don't have to worry about basketball. It's good without you.
By the way, the first-round TV ratings this year for the first round of the playoffs are the best in 10 years. Somebody's watching.
Everybody watching it. It turned him off. It doesn't take much to turn you off.
Shannon Sharpe, I do know Phil Jackson. I covered him and observed him very closely in 1998 during the Last Dance season in Chicago. He was known then as the Zen Master. I started in the Chicago Tribune calling him the Spin Master, because he was a lot of hypocritical hocus pocus.
Right.
Scottie Pippen wound up calling him a racist, but we even go back to Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Remember, he blasted Kobe Bryant in a book that he did after they had won their 3.
Yeah.
And he said he was nothing close to Michael Jordan,
Right.
and he was uncoachable. And then somehow he smoked a peace pipe with Kobe, I guess, like effectively smoked a peace pipe. I don't know how he did it, but he was a Svengali with both Jordan and Kobe and then Shaq.
Right.
He was a Rasputin. He somehow could cast his spell over these superstars in ways that shocked me because they couldn't see through him.
Right.
They bought his BS. And it was a lot of BS, but it worked. And I've always said he was the greatest juggler of superstar egos I've ever seen. But the final irony of this was Michael quit playing basketball in 1998 because he so loved, he was so loyal to, he was so committed to Phil Jackson.
Right.
The whole MO of that year, the whole theme of the year, as presented by Phil, was they're pushing me out the back door in favor of Tim Floyd, some coach from Iowa State. He started calling him Pink Floyd after the 60s rock group. And yet, that was not what was happening. Phil didn't want to continue after 1998 because he knew the cap was going to force them, because they were getting old and they were going to have to rebuild around Michael. And he didn't want to rebuild, and he made it clear to Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause, I just don't want to be here. But the motivational theme was, you're trying to push me out the back door. And Michael swallowed it. Michael quit for 3 years. He did. He quit. Shannon, he gave up 3 years of the back end of his prime. He did not come back in Washington until he was 39 and 40 years of age, when he was a shell of himself. He had fallen out of the kind of condition that Tim Grover had him in 1998. If he had continued on that pace, even if they'd had to rebuild around him, could he have won at least one more? I believe he could have won one more championship.
But Skip, the lure is that he wins championship. If you notice, he didn't take any job that didn't involve Jordan and Pippen or Shaq and Kobe.
Well, he went right from Jordan to Shaq and Kobe.
But he had an opportunity to coach. Oh, Phil's going to coach again. Phil wanted no parts of coaching. Now, Skip, we can't argue. He's a great head coach. He's a terrible team builder. He's awful.
Well, we saw it in action in New York.
He's terrible.
He was terrible.
So this notion that, he can't pick talent. He can coach it, but he can't pick it.
No, he cannot pick it. And he and Jeannie supposedly remain close because they were an item for a long time. But now Jeannie says when he comes to L.A., we have breakfast or lunch or whatever.
But he was just at the game.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So how you go to a game and not watch it?
The point is, if I'm Jeannie, I'm calling him saying, can you lay off my product here? Because, you're saying a segment of the audience is not.
Can you lay off the product? Not her product, the product.
Well, it is, but it's everything she does. Her whole livelihood is based on what you're talking about.
Skip, let me ask you a question. I mean, coming up in the late 60s and 70s, how many no more war signs you think Phil had? How many protests did he went to? Because all the hippies were protesting in Vietnam. He
was Deadhead, as in Grateful Dead follower. Yep, I got it.
But it's funny how like the country, this great country of America was founded on protest. And seemingly everybody hates protest now.
Okay. Hypocritical hocus pocus. There he is, personified. As they used to call him derisively, Big Chief Triangle.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we're running out of time, so I want to move along to this Eastern Conference playoff lineup. How will the Sixers-Celtics series look if Embiid isn't fully ready to go?
He'll be ready.
Let's dive into this one. We're back in just a moment.
And I won't back down.
The 76ers through the first round, but Doc Rivers says Joel Embiid has a 50% chance of being ready for the next round. This after Joel sprained his knee. The Celtics 1 game away from advancing past the Atlanta Hawks, which means they would face the Sixers in the second round. Shannon, scale of 1 to 10. How sure are you that the Celtics would beat the 76ers?
9.5.
Are you really?
9.5. How unsure are you, Skip? You unsure.
I am a 10 on Sixers win it all.
So, okay, how many cases do we go bet on this one?
Okay, you name it.
Whatever you want.
It.
Whatever you want.
You say it.
Whoever make Mountain Dew can't make enough of Diet Dew for the bet I want to place. I just think the Celtics are a much better team. I think the law firm, I think Tatum and Brown is just too much. I think their bench is much better. I understand that Tyrese Maxey is playing unbelievable. Joel Embiid is going to be a load. But I think they have enough big bodies to throw at him. They can double him and make him uncomfortable. And good luck stopping, because you saw happen yesterday, that 1-2 punch went and got you 31 apiece. And I just don't think the Celtics, I don't think the Sixers have enough to overcome the Celtics. Depth, feeling good.
I'm seeing the depth over here on the Sixers.
You ain't got no depth. Stop that.
You probably didn't stoop to watch what happened in Game 4 when they swept Brooklyn without Joel Embiid.
Really, Brooklyn, without Kevin Durant, without Kyrie?
I am told that Joel will be just fine for Game 1 versus Boston, and Game 2 and 3, 4, 5. If it takes 6, they'll wipe him out in 6. Remember what happened the last time Joel played Boston? He scored 52. He was unstoppable.
They let him do that.
I loved what Philly did against a very good Brooklyn team that's well coached, and they got a lot of nice players on that team. But Philly has nothing but nice players deep into the bench because Tobias was great and Tyrese was great.
By the time Tobias had a showing.
Yeah, and James Harden had 11 assists and 8 rebounds.
And Joel Embiid sat on the man's head. That should have been a technical foul, flagrant one right there.
DeAnthony Melton and Jalen McDaniels and Niang, and I could shake Milton. I can go on and on. This is a deep, loaded team, and P.J. Tucker is a defensive stopper who's going to make it hard for one or the two.
Neither one of both of them going to average at least 28.
They have no answer for Joel Embiid. This is his year to win MVP. This is his year to lead this team to the NBA Finals by winning the conference finals.
Ain't happening.
Yep.
I feel very comfortable in my pick.
Do you?
So whatever, whatever the amount of dew that you want to bet, just let me know. Make it loud on yourself.
Really?
Make it loud on yourself.
Okay. Want to start with 5?
Make it 5.
Okay, let's make it 5.
If I need to, I hire extra help to bring my dew up.
Really?
Yeah, whatever you want to bet. I've been hiring people left and right anyway. So
really?
Yeah.
Well, you owe me so many cases that I've had to dig not another swimming pool. I've had to go out of town and dig a lake for my diet.
That's okay.
Dew, right?
I got mine underground. I'm gonna
Lake
save mine.
Shannon. I got a Lake Shannon.
I'm saving mine for a rainy day. I got my bunker. I got me a bunker. I had me a bunker just built. They had the wire. They just finished the wiring.
Really?
Yeah, I'm stocking mine with dew, not water.
Really?
Most people stock their bunker with water. I got diet dew in mine.
Well, then you're going to have to invest in diet dew because you owe me so much, and then you're going to buy enough to make it through a Holocaust.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right?
I'm about to win.
A nuclear Holocaust.
By the time I win this with the Celtics and the Lakers, I'll be whole again.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've won like 6 more cases just in the last 2 weeks.
That's okay.
So,
I get it back. I get it back.
You know what? I think I got this.
I get it back.
I've been pointing toward this series all year long. I've told you.
I know I'm gonna get it back because I just need everything to keep going. Because right now it's going according to plan.
Yep.
You know how you like when you sit down and you playing something, everything just started like ooh, pretty. All that I just need to do is something to happen in the Western Conference Final.
Really?
Yeah, I need that to happen. That's all we need to happen, Skip Bayless. And it's over for you. I've been waiting for this moment since 2018.
Really?
I've been waiting on this moment for 5 years.
To
get back.
To get back.
To get my get back.
Really?
Yeah, get my get back.
Well, you got too much to get back.
No, I don't.
Huh?
No. You had bragging rights for 2 years. You know,
for 2 years?
He shot him. He came to his house and did it right in his house.
Yep.
2 game threes back to back.
He did. Oh, you want Kevin Durant. That's who you want.
Yeah, I just want everything to go according to plan. Right now, we on court. They on the collision court.
Yes, they are.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's on a collision court. Just like the Titanic was with that iceberg.
Yep.
It was on a collision court. You don't know it.
The law firm is about to be put out of business.
Oh, no. We working extra time.
Yeah.
We working extra time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You saw JT yesterday.
So if I'm keeping track correctly, guys, that's 5 cases of dew now on the 76ers.
And we ain't even got to the game.
Series.
By the time the game started, it might be 25, Jen. He's scared. I got him running
Party
scared.
it who's ever home wins. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
All right.
Ernest didn't gonna let nobody come in
Moving
there.
on, guys. We got to talk a little bit about Milwaukee, too. It's tonight a must-win for the
Yes.
Bucks. Let's
Yeah.
discuss when we come back. All right, y'all, this is exciting. Giannis reportedly he will return for the Bucks tonight after missing time with that back bruise. The Heat have a 2-1 series lead. However, Fox Bet Sportsbook says the Bucks are 7-point favorites in Game 4. Shannon, is tonight do or die for Milwaukee?
It absolutely is. And Shams is reporting that barring a setback, Giannis is going to play. And the line in sports, the betting line, is reflective that Giannis is going to play. They got to have him skip. None of these teams are built to advance in a series without their superstar player. And that's what Giannis is. So this is an absolute must-win. You don't want to go down 3-1, and that means you have to win the next 3 remaining games in order to advance to the next round. So this is an absolute must-win game.
I agree. I will take Miami plus the 7. Will you give them to me?
No!
This is your team.
No, I
With
know.
Giannis back.
No.
They just lost Hero and they lost poor Oladipo.
Y'all, we're doing
Really?
so
Come on.
well with the
Really?
Bullpen.
Depot.
Maybe we can get more
Really?
tomorrow.
Depot.
Great stuff, guys. We're out of time.